Diddy just tried the wildest Hail Mary I've seen. $50 million on the table to walk out before sentencing.
Huh?
And that's not even the most desperate move his team pulled this week. If that door cracks open, some powerful people might start sweating. Let me show you what they don't want on the record. Yet. Look, here's where it's at. Diddy's sitting in MDC, Brooklyn. Cold Mills, ugly jumpsuit, waiting on that October 3rd sentencing. He already tried the light play, offered the judge a cool $1 million bail right after conviction. Judge looked at that like pocket change and shut it down instantly.
Psych!
Now, he's wildin'. Came back with a $50 million package, trying to flex his way out before the hammer drops. But here's the twist. His lawyers ain't just waiving the money. They filed to toss the convictions or at least squeeze a brand new trial. Basically saying, Judge, we know the jury spoke, but can we get a redo? Spoiler alert, prosecutors already told the court, nah, stop wasting ink. So right now, it's a standoff. Defense reaching for miracles, prosecution pressing for him to sit tight till sentencing.
Now to the Sean Diddy Combs case. We may learn this week if he will be released on bond while he awaits sentencing. His lawyers filed a request asking the judge to release Combs on $50 million bond.
Now let's talk about the story Puff's lawyers are selling. They keep yelling, these weren't violent crimes. Like, yeah, he got hit on the Mann Act, moving people across state lines for so-called unlawful purposes. But they're saying, hold up, nobody got stabbed, nobody got shot. So why is he locked up like El Chapo? They even tried twisting it with modern lingo, arguing the prostitution definition is outdated.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
And that the judge stretched the law just to make Puff look worse than he really is. Basically, the whole pitch is he's not violent, so let him go home. Throw an ankle monitor on him, take his passport, he ain't running nowhere.
Shut the fuck up.
And honestly, that's their entire game plan right now. Paint him like a harmless old mogul who just made bad decisions. But the prosecutors, man, they ain't buying that harmless Diddy act for 1 second. They told the judge, look, this dude's a straight up risk. Not because he gonna hop a fence and vanish. Nah, it's because he's known for tampering with witnesses. And the judge already side-eyed that. Remember, even during trial, stories came out about his crew, cats like D-Rock, pressuring folks, leaning on people, making calls. That's why the judge denied his first bail so quick. They know if Puff touches the street, witnesses gonna feel that weight. And it ain't paranoia, it's in the testimony. Folks literally said on the stand, yeah, he tried to tamper with us. So prosecutors basically saying if you let him out now, he ain't just going home to his kids. He's going right back to running plays behind the scenes.
The judge said next time. So he probably let Diddy get away with it to see how far he was going to do it. But then he said, nah, we're not having this. Because you got to realize the jury is not sequestered. They go home every day. And he's known for tampering with witnesses. If you go through the trial right today, you see how he was trying to tamper with some of the people by having security, D-Rock, and other people talk to them. They are saying that in their testimony. So the judge is very aware of the fact by hearing the testimony of some of the witnesses that he was trying to tamper with the investigation.
Now here's the shadow hanging over everything. The 2016 hotel hallway video. You know the one. Cassie and Puff in that LA spot. That footage been floating around for years, and while it wasn't even part of the charges he got convicted on, it's still messing up his whole defense. Even his own lawyers had to admit in court, yo, if this case was strictly about domestic violence, Puff would have been cooked. That's crazy. Your own team basically admitting the tape makes you look guilty. So while the jury didn't hit him with direct assault convictions, that video still lives rent-free in the judge's mind. It's like every time his lawyers scream, he ain't violent, the prosecution just cues up that hotel clip like, run that back, Your Honor. And boom, the bail argument dies right there. Now here's where it gets even uglier. The tape rumors. Folks like Gene Deal been saying Puff had every room bugged, every party recorded, stacks of tapes with celebs, execs, even politicians wilding out. Now let's be real, none of that's proven in court yet, but the whispers got weight. That's why a lot of people think the system ain't just worried about Puff's freedom, they worried about who's on those tapes. If even half that's true, you ain't just talking rappers. You talking CEOs, athletes, big name actors. That's why some insiders say certain elites don't want him touching daylight again. It's basically like Diddy's not just a defendant, he's a walking hard drive. And if he's free, he might start using that leverage. That alone makes the judge keep side-eyeing his bail.
Diddy does have a plan to try to derail the information, derail the chain of evidence, derail history as it actually happened. And he is the kind of guy that has no problem with re-victimizing people all over again. Let's just keep it a buck. These girls showed up at a very opportune time, did they not? Adria and Lamisha Fuller. Very opportune time. I do Pierce Morgan. The elites go insane. Ariel Mitchell Kidd drops Adria English as a client after she got drunk and talked with Tasha K, which was bad in itself, if you ask me. I go on Pierce Morgan and say, I have 3 witnesses that are ready to come forward against the Carters. I didn't say against Diddy, I said against the Carters. And then there was the fake C&D, which was nothing more than a phone call from the lawyer Alex Spiro, who tanked the Rock Nation offering so Dame Dash couldn't make any real money off of it.
So here's the road ahead. Judge got to rule on 2 things. First, that $50 million bail package, and second, the Hail Mary motions for either a new trial or straight up acquittal. Prosecutors already told the court, don't even think about it, but the defense still swinging like it's the 12th round. Clock's ticking too. Sentencing locked for October 3rd. And that's where it all lands. Prosecutors want him in for years. Defense wants him walking out with time served. But the truth, even if he beats the bell and walks for a minute, he's staring down that sentence. Ain't no dodging October. The bigger question is, what's going to surface between now and then? More tapes, more witnesses, or even bigger names getting dragged in? Because if Puff goes down swinging, he might not be the only one falling.
When they have a warrant, a search warrant for a residence is not for a body. If they had one for a body, they would have brought it in. Now, if they would have went there and they found guns, drugs, and Diddy was there, they would have brought him in. You know what I'm saying? They would have brought him in. Like they brought his sons in. And then they want to know, well, why are these unlicensed guns in the house? Who drugs do these belong to? All those things like that. But a lot of people probably believe that, you know, they just want to know, and the government want to know what things those people were doing on those tapes and who was doing shit on those tapes. Because I heard they found like 250 cameras or something like that.
That's what they say. They said they found a lot of cameras.
Right.
There's a lot of rumors about him recording some of these parties, and he's using a lot of this stuff for blackmail, like a lot of celebrities, even as far as politicians. You know, I think even Little Rod said that Diddy had every room taped and bugged.
Right. Well, in his affidavit, his deposition,
that he gave to the courts. He said every room was bugged, and that he did have tapes and information on a lot of different celebrities and people in the music business, people that were in politicians, and like I said, in other platforms, people that was in the ministry. Allegedly.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, if the feds got their hands on these tapes, you could very well see like a domino effect of shit coming down on everybody.
It depends on what's on the tapes. You know what I'm saying? If it has anything, see, what people don't understand is this, is that having sex is not a crime, but having sex with underage is.
Look, here's the takeaway. Money don't erase history, and $50 million don't change character. The system might bend for guys like Puff, but it don't break easy when the spotlight's this hot. What we're really watching ain't just Diddy's fall. It's how deep the rabbit hole goes. Who else gets touched when those tapes and testimonies line up? If he does time, cool. But if he walks, y'all better believe it ain't 'cause he's innocent. It'll be 'cause somebody bigger needed him quiet. So don't get blinded by the headlines. This case is bigger than Puff. It's about the machine protecting itself. And the real danger? Witnesses, survivors, even regular folks start thinking the truth don't matter when money moves the gavel. What y'all think? Should Diddy be stuck till sentencing? Or does money really buy freedom in America? Drop it in the comments, let me know. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.